welcome, and what a swine of a show we've got for you today. Meet Susie. She's 9 years old and got her whole life ahead of her. Or has she? Tell us your story, Susie.
A few months ago, I found out I need a heart transplant.
So tell these lovely folks what's wrong with the heart you've got.
It's called
Cardiomyopathy, isn't it, sweetie?
Yeah, that's what I said. It means my heart muscle is getting weaker as I get older. And eventually, it won't be able to pump the blood around my body.
What will happen then, Susie?
The doctor said I'm going to die if I don't get a new heart.
And Susie isn't the only one waiting for a transplant to save her life. We've uncovered a few facts that might surprise you. In the UK, 6,000 people are waiting for an organ transplant. But while 2,850 life-giving transplants took place last year, tragically 443 people died while waiting due to the critical shortage of donors. Watching things like that makes me feel so sad. But don't despair, Susie, because here at the Perry Pigger Show, we found someone who could help. Let's meet him. Yes, that's right, folks. We're talking xenotransplantation, the transplantation of interspecies organs.
That's disgusting. Get him out of here.
Now, don't be pig-headed. Let's hear what he's got to say for himself. Welcome to the Perry Pigger Show, Roger.
Thanks, Perry. I'm happy to be here.
Well, Roger, I think you can tell from our audience reaction they weren't expecting a pig. So, tell us why you're here.
Well, Perry, it's this or bacon batty. Most pigs live a really uncomfortable life. At least this way, I'm being looked after and I'm doing my bit for humanity.
You want your brains tested, you do.
Well, Susie, would you accept a heart transplant from Roger here?
I'm not sure.
Let's see what our audience thinks.
Pigs are dirty creatures. It's just too gross. It shouldn't be allowed.
You ignoramus.
How dare you? I'd never accept a pig's heart, even if I had to die.
That's easy for you to say. You don't have to make the decision for yourself. I have to go to the hospital every week for kidney dialysis.
That's where you get your kidney cleaned out so it works for a bit longer, right?
Right, Perry. It's keeping me alive while I'm waiting for a donor. I have 2 kids and a pregnant wife, and I'm scared my kids are going to lose their dad. I'll take a pig's kidney, even if I had one more day with my kids.
Thanks for sharing that.
What I want to know is why there aren't enough human organs that are suitable.
Humans are just too selfish. They never give anything. All they're interested in is getting.
I think we should focus on the animals instead of just thinking about what humans need. Is it right to breed pigs just for human consumption?
We breed them for eating.
Would you eat your pets, mister?
That's different.
How's it different, exactly?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, pigs and pigesses, let's hear from our next guest. He joins us live from his lab in Swinton. Dr. Stephen Porkins, can you hear us?
Loud and clear, Perry. Loud and clear.
So, Dr. Porkins, tell us more.
Okay, Perry. Let's take you back and show you how we got to this point.
Okay.
Imagine the heart is the engine of a car. A car has pistons and spark plugs to help make it work. The heart has valves that lets the blood flow around it.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes pistons and spark plugs become clogged with oil and grease and need replacing, or they were damaged to start with. Sometimes valves become clogged with cholesterol and fatty foods and need replacing, or they were damaged to start with.
Sure.
So, just like a mechanic will change a spark plug in a car, we will change the valve in a heart. Thank you, Hilda.
You're welcome.
Now this is a heart valve from a pig. We found that these valves would fit into human hearts. With this little thing, we can save thousands of lives every year. Pop it in, and off the patient trots for another 10,000 miles. Smashing.
Sounds great.
It is, until you hit 10,000 miles. Then you have to lift the bonnet again.
People don't have bonnets.
Exactly. The body's not a car. You can't just lift the bonnet every few months and change a valve when you feel like it. What we wanted to do is change the whole engine. give them a pig engine, as it were.
Extraordinary. A pig engine in a human chassis. Why a pig, though? Why not something closer to a human, like an ape?
2 reasons, Perry, and I'm not sure you're going to be happy with either of them. First of all, pigs are cheap.
I'm sure some are, but I think you'll find this suit is hamarny.
No, not like that. I mean, there are lots of them, living locally, on farms, waiting to be sold. Your average ape lives miles away. The cost of airfare alone is crippling.
Okay, I wouldn't mind the air miles, but point taken. And number 2?
People are less sentimental about pigs.
I'm very highly regarded in the human community.
I'm sure you are, but I never heard of a boar's buffet. A chimpanzee's tea party, on the other hand. Very funny. The little costumes and the way they hold their cups. Oh, Hilda loves nothing more.
When they do a forward roll.
Across the table.
And the food goes everywhere.
I could do a forward roll.
But no one would want to watch. Oops.
Anyway, pigs' organs are the same size as humans, so it all makes sense.
I'm sure there are risks, though, Doctor, using such a cheap heart.
There are risks from all hearts, Perry. Probably the biggest problem is rejection.
I think we've all suffered from that.
The body is armed with an immune system. It stops foreign bodies invading and harming it. When it sees a pig's heart, it goes into not self, so destroy mode and tries to kick it out. The pig's heart is more likely to be rejected than a human's.
Or an ape's.
A way around this is to genetically engineer pigs with human characteristics.
Or an ape's.
Another problem is infectious disease. In order for the body to accept the pig's heart, the immune system has to be disabled. It won't reject the heart, but it won't fight diseases either.
Sounds scary.
It is. Think of the diseases that have passed from animals to humans. Foot and mouth from cows, flu from birds, and HIV from monkeys.
Aha! So they're not so perfect after all. I mean a chicken with a cold. Are you sure? Do they have chicken hankies? I suppose they must have invented chicken soup.
We think we can stop this by taking piglets from their mothers at 2 weeks old. We can raise them in a germ-free environment. Opinion is divided. We still don't know enough.
So in conclusion?
The potential for saving the lives of people like Susie here is huge, but the risks are significant.
Dr. Stephen Porkins, thank you.
Thank you.
So what does our audience think now?
This kind of genetic engineering is illegal in humans. It's not right to use pigs as organ farms split from their mothers and raised on their own.
But there's an organ shortage. People die. We have to do something.
Okay, there are downsides, but some of the patients waiting for the transplant would probably take the risk, like this gentleman here. If they're okay with it, why should we stop him?
What if there was a law that said everyone was an organ donor, unless they carried a card saying they didn't want to be?
I wouldn't want to be carved up like a piece of meat when I die.
Would you still love me if I had a pig's heart?
I'd have to think about it.
Perry, I have an announcement I'd like to make on your show.
Okay, sweetie, but make it snappy.
I'd like to say to this man here, my boyfriend, you're done.
A little lover's tip. Let's leave them to it, shall we?
And one more thing, Susie, honey. You have got lots of family and friends who love you very much. They'll stick by you no matter what you decide.
Thank you.
Any final comments from our audience?
Don't take the dirty pig's heart.
Take it. Take it.
Enjoy each day of your life, Susie.
But now it's over to our lovely viewers at home to decide. What should Susie do? Should she wait for a human heart and chance dying while she waits? Or should she take a pig heart at the risk of a life-threatening disease or virus? You can register your vote online on www.harryfigureshow.com and help Susie decide what to do.